My project is about the moving object detection based on wipe. The wipe is a method to do the moving object detection. Before I introduce the wipe, I want to introduce some traditional method that used to do the moving object detection. The first is interframe difference method. The interframe difference method is a method of obtaining a counter of a moving object by performing a difference operation on two successive frames of a video image sequence. When there is an abnormal object motion in the scene, the difference between two adjacent frames will be obvious. So then the two frames will be subtracted and we will get a value and we will compare the value with a certain threshold like t, so we can judge if it's bigger or smaller than the value, and then we can analyze motion characteristics of objects in video or image sequences. This is the basic method that to do the moving object detection, but it is very simple and it's very quick, but it can just obtain the contour of the image of the object, so I don't want to use it in my project. The second method we usually use is the background difference method. First, we determine a background image as a reference, and then subtracting the current frame from the background frame to obtain the difference image. Then using the threshold value t to judge the point which has a big difference in grayscale between the current time image and the background model. If the difference value is greater than t, it is considered as the target. The point is 1. On the other hand, that is the background point, so that point is 0. Thereby, we can separate the moving target from background. But the traditional background difference method can lead to some problems, like the movement of grasses or leaves can affect, and it also can lead to some ghost effect. So this one is still not good. In the project, I introduced a new method called the wipe method. This method is used to build the background model. The idea is to store a sample set for each pixel. The sampled value in the sample set is the past pixel value of the pixel and the pixel value of its neighbor point. Then each new pixel value is compared with the sample set to judge whether it belongs to background points. The model mainly includes 3 aspects: the working principle, the initialization method, and the update. And why I will introduce these three aspects. The first is working principle. A background object is a stationary or very slow moving object, while a foreground object corresponds to a moving object. So this object detection is a classification problem. That is, to determine whether a pixel belongs to a background point. In the wipe model, the background model stores a sample set for each background point and then compares each new pixel value with a sample set to determine whether it belongs to the background point. It can be seen that if a new observation belongs to the background, it should be close to the sampled value in the sample set. So this is the principle a vibe. And then and then is the initialization of the model. Initialization is a process building a background model. The initialization of a common detection algorithm takes a certain length of video sequence to complete. It usually takes a few seconds, which greatly affects the real-time detection, which is not suitable for real-time camera. But web initialization can only be completed by a single image. Web initialization is a process to fill the pixel set of the sample, but a frame image cannot contain the spatial and temporal distribution of pixel information. We use nearby pixels which have similar temporal and spatial distribution characteristics. Specifically, for a pixel, we randomly select the pixel value of its neighbor as its model sample value. The second is update of model. Background update is to make the background model to adapt to changing backgrounds, such as changes in light, the background object changes, and so on. So this is the three aspects of while. And this is the image that used the interframe difference method. You can see that this is just some control of an object. So this method is not good. And in the same video, the traditional background difference method, you can see that is much better. Then I can compare the traditional background difference method with the web in the same video. You can see that it's just 3 people, but use the traditional background difference method. If you don't choose the better background model, you can see it will lead to a wrong result. You can see that there's five people in the image. So this is called the ghost effect. But this is the picture used the web. You can see it's very precise, and although it has some like holes or something not good in, but it can recognize that it's 3 people. And the conclusion is that the traditional background difference method, we have some problems in choosing the threshold T and how to build a better background model, but web solve this problem for us. Web is a very good model to build the background model. So it's I think it's a very good method to achieve the moving object detect. So